I just have a few questions about this particular bill, and to further elaborate on the why of the bill, are the advertising, soliciting, or otherwise offering pregnancy-related services. In section, on page 5, line 22, number 1, to interfere with or prevent an individual from seeking to gain entry or access to a provider of abortion or emergency contraception. Could you give me an example of what a violation of this act may be?
The Attorney General's office will examine each case on a case-by-case basis.
So if I'm in front of an abortion clinic and it is my faith that I am against abortion, and I am offering ultrasounds to expecting mothers that are going in to an abortion clinic, and an expecting mother comes in, has the ultrasound, and ultimately does not have an abortion, does that violate this act?
Well, Representative, as I've mentioned, each case will be determined on a case-by-case basis by the Attorney General's office.
So, is the Attorney General sitting next to you?
I have the good fortune to say yes to that question.
Perhaps the Attorney General can elaborate on some of these questions that we're asking here today, because I think that...
Representative, your questions need to be addressed to the legislator.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think that getting answers, legislative intent, on a bill that is drastic as this, a limited service pregnancy center that offers health counseling service, ultrasounds, pregnancy option counseling, may not advertise or offer pregnancy-related services, that cannot conduct or perform pregnancy-related services. This is a very broad brush that you're painting with, Representative, and I think the people of Illinois deserve to know through examples on what will be applicable and what won't be applicable under this act. Don't you agree?
Actually, Representative, I think it's a very simple thing. The determination will be made by the Attorney General on a case-by-case basis. And at the end of the day, don't lie. And you don't have to worry about it.
So, you know, when folks throughout the country say things along the lines of a heartbeat detectable at 6 weeks is a manufactured sound, and we would say that it is not, that it is an actual heartbeat. Yet under this bill, the way it's drafted, you're going to have the Attorney General's office get a complaint, could be an anonymous complaint, that was a violation, that somebody that disagreed with that statement could be violating this law, and then shut down. So the last question I'll ask is, why do we need this bill?
Let me make sure that the record is clear by that last statement. A judge would make the ultimate decision. There is nothing in this bill that shuts down a limited service pregnancy center.
I disagree. I think that it's very clear what's actually in this piece of legislation. But to go back, again, why do we need this bill? You had said there are complaints that have been issued?
Representative, let's go over this again. Women are consumers of health care. We deserve to be protected. We believe women, at least on this side of the aisle. And guess what? We will continue to do so. That's why we need this bill.
So you don't have any examples of any complaints? Because I think that my free speech,
we can do this back and forth all
day. My religious freedom are very important as well. But to the bill.
To the bill.
FOIA request was put to the Attorney General over a month ago. for the last 10 years of these supposed reports and complaints against pregnancy help centers. The results of that FOIA request showed that there were actually 0 complaints filed with the Attorney General's office in the last 10 years for violations of the Deceptive Business Practices Act by Illinois Help Pregnancy Centers. Vote no.